who registered with NHIS card.
Teresa, the second one. Good evening and many thanks for joining us. It's News Hour Live on GBC24. My name is Emmanuel Amagashi.
And my name is Akpene Avo Ajaja. Many thanks for joining us. Robert Frimpong-Manso is also here. He will help with a sign language translation of the news.
In our first story, the Electoral Commission is to open the Provisional Voters Register for exhibition from Monday, 18th July to the 7th of August 2016. The exercise will last 21 days instead of the usual 14 days.
This is to afford all registered voters ample time to verify all their details at the about 29,000 exhibition centers across the country.
This particular exhibition exercise is characterized by three main innovations. The Commission has decided to extend the normal 10 to 14 days that we normally use for the exhibition exercises to 21 days. Biometric verification devices, as recommended by the Reform Committee, will be used at all the exhibition centers to verify all applicants who visit the exhibition centers to check on their names.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission, in line with the Supreme Court ruling on the 5th of July 2016, has deleted all the 56,739 NHIS registrants from their database. The full list will be published in the newspapers and posted at the EC's district, municipal and metropolitan offices nationwide from the 15th of July 2016. Re-registration for all affected persons is from the 18th to the 28th of July 2016.
On July 5th, the Electoral Commission was ordered by the Supreme Court to expunge the whole list of persons who registered with an NHIS card. The ruling followed a suit filed by former PNC youth organizer. At a media briefing in Accra, the Electoral Commission spelled out modalities in place to implement the order. All names of persons who registered with an NHIS card have been deleted from the Provisional Voters Register and have the opportunity to re-register in areas where they registered. The Director of Electoral Services at the AC, Samuel Tete, announced a 10-day exercise in all the EC's districts and regional offices.
It is to take place from the 18th of July to 28th of July, 10 days. After that, there will be data processing and preparation of the provisional register to persons who have re-registered, and that is on the 29th of July to 2nd of August.
All affected persons are encouraged to report to the district offices of the EC with proof of eligibility, including 2 guarantors. They are also asking all Ghanaians to volunteer information about persons who registered with NHIS cards to the district offices of the Electoral Commission.
Any other NHIS card registrant who is found apart from the list which was presented to the Supreme Court will also be deleted.
Meanwhile, the EC says it is working around the clock to meet the November 7 deadline for elections if it is the agreed date of all stakeholders involved.
President John Mahama has cut short for work to begin on the 111-kilometer Bolgatanga-Boko-Pomakon stretch of road. The dual carriage road, which will link the eastern corridor from Nangpanduri, will take 24 months to complete and involves the constructions of bridges, zebra crossings, signposts and street lights at Edeba at Lamboya in the Boku West district. The president said the successful completion of the project will improve transporting of goods and services.
2 weeks ago, the Ministry of Roads and Highways sealed a contractual agreement with Brazilian construction firm Quiros Galval to construct the 111 kilometers Bogatanga-Boko-Pomancon road. It is a major transit route linking Ghana to neighboring Burkina Faso and Togo. With the project officially underway, it is scheduled to be completed in 2.5 years. At the groundbreaking ceremony, President Mahama said the government has secured funding for the road project and was still working on the Eastern Corridor Road from Yendi, Bembela, Jansikan through Esikuma to Nankpanduri.
Let me assure you that the funding for the road is available, and so any delay in the road work will not be due to funding. The funding is fully available, and the work, I believe, once it starts, will continue until it's completed.
President Mahama lauded the prevailing peace in the area and promised to procure a new bus for the committee. He assured the people of a new government hospital to improve access to quality healthcare.
Accra, Parliament has made amendments to the National Disaster Management Organization Bill of 2015. When passed into law, NADMO will have oversight responsibility to implement government policies on disaster prevention, risk reduction and climate risk management, among others.
The National Disaster Management Organization Bill 2015 clearly outlines the functions and roles of NADMO in achieving its objective of managing disasters and similar emergencies. It is also to help develop the capacity of communities to respond effectively to disasters and emergencies and improve on their livelihood. When passed into law, NADMO will advise the government on preventive rules and regulations on issues related to disasters and emergencies and their correlative sanctions. NADMO will perform this duty through social mobilization, employment generation, and poverty reduction projects. Clause 29 of the bill gives absolute power to the President to declare a state of emergency where the National Disaster Management Committee indicates an imminent disaster to the Council. To prudently manage funds, Clause 39 of the bill was amended to indicate that a person may, with the written approval of the Minister for the Interior, donate food and other equipment to the organization. It will also give money, which is not designated for the National Disaster Management Fund, to the organization for a specific purpose or function. President John Mahama has, in accordance with the Constitution and the Local Government Act, nominated Madam Agnes Kusi as the Municipal Chief Executive for the Sunyani West District Assembly. The President has also nominated Mr. Samuel Opong as the Municipal Chief Executive for the Agona West Municipal Assembly. And this is News Hour live on GBC24 and GTV. We'll be back shortly with some more stories. Do stay with us.
Hello again, my name is Marius Ogbete. God's latest from the world of business. Now, inflation dropped from 18.9% in May to 18.4% in June 2016. The 0.5% decline, according to the Ghana Statistical Service, is attributed to a drop in non-food inflation rate for the month under review. Greater Accra and Ashanti region recorded inflation rate higher than the national average of 18.4%.
Food inflation went up by 8.6% in June compared to 8.5% in May 2016. The non-food inflation rate, however, declined from 25 to 24.1% between the 1 month period. Inflation rate for imported items increased to 27.1% in June from 18.5% recorded in May 2016. Inflation for locally produced items was, however, 1.8% higher than the imported items in June. The Ashanti region recorded the highest combined food and non-inflation rate of 11.1%. This was followed by the Greater Accra region with an inflation rate of 9.4%. On the contrary, the Upper East region recorded the lowest combined food and non-food inflation rate of 6% in June this year. Government statistician Dr. Philomena Nyako speaks on factors that led to the decline in June.
We are talking about the fact that in June 2015, we had price hikes in fuel and other in fuel prices, let's say, and so that raised the base index very high. So when we compare it to this level, the change in the inflation rate will be a little lower compared to what is happening now, because at least we all know that for this for the month of June, the price rise in diesel in fuel was just 4%.
Still in business, Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur has asked power producers to find ingenious ways of improving energy efficiency to meet increasing demand. To him, the current energy crisis facing the African continent is due to low generation of power in the face of increasing population and increasing demand. Mr. Arthur was speaking in Accra at the 50th meeting of the Association of Power Utilities of Africa.
In the immediate post-colonial era, the new leadership of African countries availed enough electricity power supplies to power the nascent industries set up to drive these economies. There was enough to go around, partly due to less population, as compared to today, when populations and small-medium enterprises have quadrupled some 60 years on. A shortfall in energy supplies across the continent has been so low, with its knock-on effects on businesses. In Ghana, for instance, by 2015, only 81% of the population had access to electricity, only behind South Africa and Gabon. This gives a fair picture of the enormity of the energy crisis being faced by the continent. Averting the trend through exploitation of varied energy sources is central to discussions among members of the Association of Power Utilities in Africa who are meeting in Accra.
Power utilities must appreciate that the modern economy depends on reliable power and affordable power. In many of our countries, there are large segments of the population that cannot just afford to pay electricity tariff that you seek or the power utilities seek to enforce. So the circumstances of your clients have to be taken into consideration in setting the tariffs. If you do not, electricity or power will become available only to wealthy people and not to the poor or rural residents. Such discrimination certainly restricts the development of our societies.
The conference is also considering how to improve revenue collection while improving efficiency in order to meet the demand and expectations of the consumer. GBC24, Accra.
Let's do some banking now. Société Générale Ghana has drawn up a program to better serve its customers locally and internationally. Speaking at a conference on global transaction banking in Accra, the managing director of SG, Xianlo Yeo, said the bank has designed 19 projects to transform and improve its services.
Société Générale Ghana joined the Ghanaian banking industry in 2003 after acquiring a 51% stake in the erstwhile SSB Bank, which was originally founded in 1975. Since then, it has undergone a number of restructuring and name changes, and in June 2013, the name was changed to Société Générale Ghana. It has followed a strategy of developing and diversifying a network that was originally centered on Africa, the Middle East, and the French overseas territories. It has a presence in Central and Eastern Europe, as well as non-French-speaking African countries. In the area of global transaction banking, it ensures the transactional activities of its business customers, both domestically and globally. This would help the bank to meet the needs of the customers by providing one point of contact in the area of cash management, trade finance, correspondent banking, factoring, leasing and custody. The Deputy Managing Director of Société Générale Ghana, Mr. Francois Machar, said digitalization is spreading very fast and transforming all business processes. The Managing Director of Société Générale Ghana, Mr. Xianlo Yeo, speaks more about the 2016-2017 transformation program.
Société Générale Ghana is fully committed to implement this 2016-2017 transformation program, being a locally anchored bank with a deep knowledge of its market and designed to fully deliver its customer promise, and at the same time being an open window on the worldwide accumulated expertise of international parent company.
The head of Global Transaction Banking, Mrs. Celestine Amisin Adi, said Global Transaction Banking will provide specific expert support to clients.
We know clients have a need for opening accounts, and what we have done, the solutions we have in place is to ensure we open accounts for you. And this account, we have an internet banking platform where you can see your transaction online. You can receive your daily balances through our MT940.
Testimonials were also given by some clients of the bank. A client of the bank, Mr. Adolf Tete Ajay, spoke to GBC24.
They really look into my business, saw what I needed, and one of their products called factoring has really been of help to me.
Currently, Societe Generale Ghana has 41 branches across the country.
Still business live on GBC24. Now, GASEM has added a new product known as the GASEM Super Strong. The new GASEM Super Strong is a higher grade cement with an improved package. The managing director of the company, Mr. Morton Gate, said the finer texture of the GASEM Super Strong cement makes it a good choice for block manufacturers.
GASEM is a leading manufacturer of cement in Ghana, with about 70% share of the Ghanaian market. Over the years, GASEM has been producing grade 42.5N bulk cement, known as the GASEM Extra, and the 32.5R, also known as the GASEM Super Rapid. GASEM's financial contribution to the country in terms of direct and indirect taxes and duties was 240 million Ghana cedis in 2015. It has 2 cement grinding plants in Tema and Takrade with a total installed capacity of 4.2 million tons, a network of sales offices and depots throughout the country. The new GASEM Super Strong is the latest addition. The Super Strong is a higher grade cement with an improved package and finer texture compared to other grades. The company says the new product gives consumers extra blocks as compared to other grades and is stronger than the other grades. The managing director of the company, Mr. Morton Gate, said using the GASEM Super Strong cement leads to stronger blocks and stronger buildings.
When we look around and see what kind of constructions we have, we realize that different constructions require different building materials. If you build a hydro dam, you will need a cement which is specifically produced to withstand the pressure of that dam. Today we are introducing a new cement which will enable block makers to produce more blocks, better quality for every bag of cement they are buying.
The commercial director of GASEM, Philip Archer, said the new product is one of the company's greatest achievements.
Almost 50 years of existence in the cement industry and the construction industry has enabled us to reinforce our core values and then beliefs. And that is, we always trust and want to give the best to our customers.
The directors of GASEM say they will continue to develop strategies and products to meet the needs of consumers.
Udu Insurance News brought to you by SIC Live. Insurance companies in the country are now expected to maintain internal audit units independent of operational management control as part of the risk-based supervision adopted by the National Insurance Commission. The Commission believes this can help to increase the country's insurance penetration as compared to that of Kenya, which is above 2%.
The insurance penetration rate refers to the level of development of the insurance sector in a country. Penetration rate is measured as the ratio of premium underwritten in a particular year to the GDP. Within insurance, there is life insurance penetration, which considers premiums from life insurance policies only as a percentage of GDP, and non-life insurance penetration, which considers premium from other policies like auto insurance, among others. In recent years, insurance penetration and accessibility has been improving steadily in Kenya and currently stands at 2.93%, while in Ghana, it's a little above 1%. Industry players have attributed the increase in penetration in Kenya to the growing middle class as well as high disposable income. In 2013, Kenyan life insurance penetration stood at 1.2% of GDP, and general insurance was about twice that figure, bringing the total to 3.44%. However, this measure of insurance penetration dropped to 2.93% in 2014. Life assurance gross premium income increased by $621.5 million in 2014, up from $487.3 million the previous year, and this growth trend continued into the first quarter of 2015. The Kenyan Insurance Commissioner, Mr. Sami Makove, says the importance of risk-based solvency framework helps to ensure consumer protection and technical provisions to meet liabilities and improves service delivery.
In Kenya, we have now come up with a risk-based provision where we are looking at, we are putting companies under 8 categories of risks and looking at those companies in those risks and rating them whether they are high, medium or low. And therefore, if you find that a company is a high risk, then you put more effort and more resources in trying to supervise that company than a company which has low risk exposures.
Ghana's Insurance Commissioner, Madam Lydia Laiba-Bawa, says the agreement signed between Ghana and Kenya will benefit the two countries. Currently, the Ghanaian insurance industry relies on consultancy from other actuaries from South Africa and elsewhere, hence the move to change the status quo.
Insurance News was brought to you by SIC Live. News Hour continues.
Welcome to Health News. Health News is brought to you by FPAC, blows your pain away. A new test could identify glaucoma 4 years earlier than current techniques. The disease, the leading causes of irreversible blindness after cataracts, has few early stage symptoms, meaning it is difficult to identify until too late. It usually occurs when pressure in your eye increases. This can happen when eye fluid is not circulating normally in the front part of the eye. Glaucoma tends to be inherited and may not show up until later in life. The increased pressure, called intraocular pressure, can damage the optic nerve, which transmits images to the brain. Without treatment, glaucoma can cause total permanent blindness within a few years. Doctors have advised that because most people with glaucoma have no early symptoms or pain from this increased pressure, it is important for everybody to see the eye doctor regularly to be diagnosed and treated before long-term visual loss occurs. Now, 8-year-old Gifty Suleimana has been diagnosed with a hole in heart. With this condition, she becomes breathless, weak and tired. Her doctors at the National Cardiothoracic Center of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital say she needs about 32,000 Ghana cedis for corrective surgery. Her parents are therefore appealing to the general public for assistance.
Hole in heart is a congenital heart defect and changes the normal flow of blood through the heart. This makes the patient tired very easily. This condition requires a primary repair to correct the defect. Gifty was diagnosed 2 years ago with this condition. According to her uncle, her father has also been sick for about a year. Gifty's parents, who are peasant farmers in Boku in the Upper East region, cannot afford the treatment. Doctors say the total cost of surgery, anesthesia, intensive care and ward stay will cost almost 32,000 Ghana cedis. Gifters' families therefore appealing to the public for financial support.
Ghana mine na anti na obuafu mu abotima boaya na kwala no onya ne hu yaresa nsa ye miska ye betima anya saska na akọ doctor.
Donations can be deposited into Ghana Commercial Bank account number 216-101-010-2015 in Sawam branch, or JN Bank account number 012-048-027-7600 in Sawam branch, or contact Ibrahim Razak on 0246-537653 or 0209-260729.
And we say no contribution is too small. Health News was brought to you by FPAC. FPAC blows your pain away.
My name is Rebecca Ewa, and from the latest in the world of sports, let's kickstart from the quarters of the University of Ghana, where the Sports Directorate of the university has praised its basketball team for winning gold at the just-ended Federation of Africa University Sports Competition in South Africa. The gold added to the overall medal haul of 14, made up of 4 gold, 7 silver, and 3 bronze.
A fortnight ago, the University of Ghana boys basketball team conquered Africa by winning gold at the 8th edition of the Federation of Africa University Sports Games, FASU, in South Africa. Prior to that, the team won gold at the Ghana University Sports Association GUSA Games and the University's Polytechnics and Colleges UPAC basketball competition. In celebrating this great achievement, the Sports Directorate of the University of Ghana have congratulated them for their exploits. At a news conference in Accra, the Youth and Sports Minister Neil Lante van der Poy promised to extend a helping hand to the Basketball Association.
I expect you to join the fight for us to change the mindset of Ghanaians and let Ghanaians understand that football can never be said to be the only sport in this country. And as such, other sporting disciplines and all sports associations and sports federations deserve equal attention.
The president of the Ghana Basketball Association, Mr. David Ado Ashong, said thank you to the team for making Ghana proud.
We cannot have competitions now because we don't have the facilities. So hopefully we'll be able to change that situation now. I can't commit to time, but we are working on it and a lot of progress has been made. And I think that dream will be realized soon.
The coach of the team, Mime Falconer, called for support to improve Ghana's basketball leagues.
If the government is actually able to put things in place and put the infrastructures right, and there's a national league going on, which I'm sure some of us are going to start soon, I mean, then there shouldn't be a problem. But otherwise, then there's going to be a problem. Every time the talent is going to go and then it's going to die off.
Some talented members of the team are expected to be drafted into the national team for future international competitions.
Now, a 4-member team from the World Taekwondo Peace Corps Foundation is in Ghana. Their mission is to introduce the sports to 6 regions in the country within a 40-day period.
The Ghana Taekwondo Federation's quest to be visible in all regions in the country has received a boost. The World Taekwondo Peace Corps Foundation, in response to a request by the Federation, has sent a 4-man team to Ghana. They are to bring back the spark in the ongoing development. The team visited the St. Kizito Catholic School at Nima, where they gave the children a teaser. The leader of the group is Jiang.
We're gonna teach them about Pumse and the basic things about
taekwondo, like blocking or kicking. Actually, we're gonna focus on the basic things to the youth, and we're trying to make them help as possible as I can, and with my colleagues.
The president of the Ghana Taekwondo Federation, Frederick Latte Otu, was optimistic about the future of the sports.
Yeah, coming down is very crucial in the sense that they will be teaching all aspects of Taekwondo in Ghana here. And from this, we are very sure that we are going to unearth new budding talents in the region that are selected for this project.
The team then paid a courtesy call on the sector minister, Nilante Vanderpoy, and his deputy, Mr. Vincent Oponwa Samoa, to share ideas. The minister promised to support the mission.
Let's now go further afield, but still remaining in sports. The Rio 2016 Olympic Games is set to showcase the diversity and creativity of Brazil with a collection of specially commissioned posters. Let's now take a look at some venues lined up for the summer tournament. And that's about it for sports.
In the Arts and Entertainment segment, the music department of St. John's Grammar School has received musical equipment from the Royal House Chapel International. The school says the equipment will improve on its extracurricular activities.
The role of all students in any institution is worth mentioning as they try to give back in diverse ways to say thank you to their alma mater. Many old students strive to make the effort to support the schools that helped mold them. For St. John's Grammar Old students, the gesture was worthy. The General Overseer of the Royal House Chapel, who is also a past student of the school, has presented a set of musical instruments worth 30,000 Ghana cedis to the music department of the school. While expressing gratitude on behalf of the school, the headmaster said this is not the first time Reverend Sam Crunchy Ankara has supported the school. He called on other past students to do same. St. John's Grammar School was founded on May 16, 1954 by prominent entrepreneur Mr. John Hayford Mensah.
Also in this segment, we bring you excerpts of an interview with gospel musician Celestine Donko.
Celestine has 4 albums to her credit: Adichemun Sem, Supernatural, Restoration, and Turning Around.
When I cast my mind back to the past 5 years, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things are better now. Today, in the past, you have to definitely release an album. It has to be 9 or 10 songs, even if you are ready or not. That is what the market understands. But now you can comfortably release a single and it will work for you.
She spoke about her Celestial Praise concert.
Looking at the impact. The impact, number one, because this is a Christian event, this is a gospel event, and a place where we believe that when we gather to praise, God himself comes down to meet the needs of people. And these are one of the reasons why we make it free, so that the money will not be a hindrance to anybody. I've always been looking for opportunity to have a face-to-face ministration with my fans, and this is a Celestial Praise has answered this for me.
She had a peace message for Ghanaians for the 2016 elections.
This country is a beautiful country, and every foreigner who comes here loves Ghana. And trust me, this is all we have. Aside everything, this is the only place we have. Let's make it a better place by deciding that we are going to make this upcoming election a peaceful one. If you are going to vote, just go vote, come back home. No talking, no plenty things that will cause any chaos.
And that's it for the Arts and Entertainment segment.
And this is where we part company. Thanks so much for your time. Have a good evening.
We'll be back at 10:30 with News Tonight.